I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Marion County Commission meeting, Monday, July 28th, 2025, 12:30 p.m. Start off with public forum. I got one member of the public. I don't see anybody online. Maybe?
Nope.
Alrighty. Close the public forum. Move on to the agenda approval. Any additions to the agenda? We don't have Brad here, so we're canceling that.
I would have added something, but I'll just bring it under comments.
Okay. Is it? Okay.
If there's any action, we can add it to the agenda for down the road.
Okay. What about any other topics?
I move to approve the agenda.
Okay.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0. No, 4-0. So used to saying stuff. All right, administrative business.
All right, we have the minutes of July 21st.
Everybody had a chance to read the minutes. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Kent moves.
Second.
Second by Clark. All those in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Print over this one.
Do what?
Can't print over this one.
No, I will.
It's double-sided.
Then
It's done.
we have change orders.
Anything else that wasn't in the packet?
No.
Dollar amount matches. That's Andy. The dollar amount matches the first sheet that's sideways, but it doesn't match the second sheet. Oh yeah, it does. I was looking at the end number.
Sorry, I didn't get those turned for you.
That's all right.
I
It's fine.
usually do, but I missed that, I guess.
There's nothing even on that, but just one.
Yeah, it's just the next sheet, it shows that negative amount.
I just like to see everybody do this.
Yeah.
Can't get my name.
Don't want that again.
Sign this or no?
Nope, just the
Sign
front.
the-
Just the front?
And that's all I have.
The only time we sign them individually, Mike, is when there's a conflict with one of them.
Thank you. I think that since Lou is here, maybe we should just go ahead and do the
Let's do it.
Department on Aging transportation guidelines. So this has already been, there is a committee within the Senior Citizens of Marion County group that meets and works on this. And then their Senior Citizens Board has approved them. And so I believe the final step is for you all to review and,
This has just got to do with the transfer and the driving.
yes, correct. There were a few updates made, some of them pertaining to alcohol, also pertaining to,
tobacco vapes.
yeah, because that was outdated language.
Yeah, the last time they were updated was April of 2017. So it still had Gala's name on there, so it's time to get it updated. And the only transportation change for fee is it was local trips, Marion to Marion was $2, and the committee said we need to increase it to at least $5. But it's still a suggested contribution.
Right.
So if they can only give 2, that's fine.
No tax on tips.
No, no tax, no tips. Yeah. So that's, I was just here in case you had some questions.
Just need to approve the.
Yeah, so if you could do that through a motion and a vote for approval, then there's a sheet for you to sign here.
I'll make a motion to approve the transportation guidelines, policies, and procedures.
I'll second.
Second by Clark. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0.
Okay, great. Thanks, Lynn, for being here.
Thank you.
I gave you, before the meeting, I've handed out these updated purchase requests that, these were from
Table from last week.
And so the first one is the floor polishing or the floor refinishing of the basement floor here. And so we did get a revised quote from the second vendor, which was for a plain color instead of with the flake. And it was a very small change. And so I would, if the board's okay with it, I would like to go with the boulder polishing.
I'll make a motion to go with the recommendation to approve quote from Boulder Polishing.
Second.
Second by Mike. All those in favor?
Aye.
4-0.
And I did pass that contact information along as well, like you asked Commissioner Dirks for the way. Okay.
Second one was the unit.
Yes, and there was just question about what what it included. And so this was something that was prepared back when we were getting ready for the 2025 current year budget. And so this was the what was presented at the time was that would be for full-time staff. The breakdown is there of the polo shirts, pants. It's one pair of boots, as you all were asking about, and then it's just listed right there. And then the part-time and volunteers would just be one of each item.
I'll make a motion to move forward with Johnson Associates.
Second.
Second by Mike. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
4-0.
And it's our understanding too that we can order those as we need them. They don't have, so we can, so we don't have, our previous contract, we had to order like 50 or 100 at a time, and this one we do not. So as we move forward, we can get them as we need them. Okay. And maybe I didn't have, oh, the next thing that I have is there has been a new national, there is a National Emergency Management Awareness Month, which is new this year. And so what I have next is a proclamation declaring that the month of August is National Emergency Management Awareness Month in Marion County.
Motion
You gonna read it?
to have a proclamation.
You want me to read it out? Okay. I don't have my glasses, but I'll do my best.
Read it.
That's all right. Whereas emergencies and disasters can occur unexpectedly posing significant threats to life, property, and the environment. And whereas emergency managers across all sectors dedicate countless hours to developing preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation programs to protect the lives and property of all persons living in the United States and U.S. territories. And whereas emergency managers across the United States and U.S. territories are charged with establishing and maintaining the capabilities necessary to effectively direct, coordinate, and support emergency and disaster response and recovery efforts. And whereas the mission areas of prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery align with the core capabilities identified in the National Preparedness Goal. And whereas the emergency managers respond to countless emergencies and disasters each year, demonstrating commitment, compassion, and professionalism in protecting the public. And whereas the efforts of our nation's emergency managers have helped millions of community members across the United States recover, rebuild, and become more resilient in the face of adversity, now therefore the Board of Marion County Commissioners does hereby proclaim the month of August as National Emergency Management Awareness Month in Marion County, Kansas, and encourage the public to recognize and express their sincere appreciation for emergency managers from every sector who work diligently to prepare, protect, and serve our cities, counties, states, tribes, territories, regions, and organizations against all hazards and risks. So proclaimed this 28th day of July, 2025, by the Board of Marion County Commissioners, Marion.
Motion on the table. Second by Ken. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
4-0.
I did put it in my report, but I did want to make just bring it to the board's attention that we were denied the economic development grant that we applied for. So we are going to be reapplying for that with a little bit different focus, trying to make it, I think that our grant application may not have been specific enough to the economics, and that's what they're looking for in those grants. And so we're reapplying, and I believe the deadline for that is during the month of September. So just keeping you up to date on that.
And that's for that north road from
290th, yeah.
90th, yeah. Tampa East.
Yes. And that was all that I had on my list. We're early, so.
Outside board reports.
A couple comments from Skid. Right now, the big thing is this weatherization program. And they now, Skid out of Wichita now handles all of southern Kansas for weatherization. So they're looking for more contractors. There's a lot of applications, and really successful program, and one that's, well, it's been utilized quite a bit in Marion County too. There's a lot more houses that probably would qualify for. Speaking of Marion County, Peabody was awarded a $366,000 community development block grant that Skid will be administering. And so that's going to give quite a few people opportunities to get properties back in condition. good thing. And they're looking for more eco-devo people to serve on their board. They wanna increase the size of their board, but they kinda like to get more economic development people on board. Right now, Marion County, I just serve as at-large, and then we have one county position. But, you know, someone else from Marion County could also serve at-large. So, have anybody that you think would be really good at that, let me know.
CDDO meeting last week was pretty basic. We got 2 new board members that came on board. Just plugging along, still trying to get through the licensure process to do the total case management, but nothing real exciting.
Others, I have KAC, and so the Mike Taylor sends out that State House news, and apparently nobody got it, so we had to tell him that he had to resend it or do something for his normal newsletter. The KAC board people are going to the Ozarks for a regional convention between the surrounding states. And as of, what was it, July 1st, the KAC stuff opened up. They had already, most of their donors, the silver sponsors and gold sponsors and all those have almost all been bought up in less than a month's time. They're really thinking pretty highly of their able to hit their budgets with the vendors and not having to ask for anything from anybody. So that's all I got. All right, and we're still early. There.
Wanna go?
Just go on to your go on to the,
Go on the comments?
might as well.
One thing, I stop at the transfer station every week, and we need some rock or something down there. There's water ponds everywhere. It looks to me like a mosquito breeding ground down there, especially on the northeast or the southeast corner. There's just water standing everywhere, and that's going to be a mosquitoville. And the other thing I was going to bring up, I wish Brad was here, but Jonah probably can remember back when we were talking about encroachments into the roads, farming encroachments.
Into it right away.
And, you know, I think maybe at the time there might have been a few letters sent out. Listening to a news feed last week out of Pratt, 21-year-old girl got T-boned at a gravel road crossing that had corn.
Oh, for corn.
All the way up on the easement.
All of it, and come to find out now it's already been reported that one landowner was 6 foot into the county's easement with his corn crop. And you know, we've got that all around the county. I don't blame any one person, but we've got a lot of encroachment, you know, and I think at the time we kind of instructed the blade men, which now it's almost been a 90% turnover since then, to just jot down those spots and turn them in so we can get correspondence off to those people. So I think we need to, you know, I don't know what's the best way to do it. That it seems like that's kind of the easiest way to get those reports, because the blade guys are the, you know, we drive down roads and we see it all the time. You know, anybody can turn it in, but it's kind of, you know, sometimes, you know, I can see where you get over a foot or two or something, but, you know, 6 foot is kind of ridiculous. You know, I'm not saying that crop being back 6 foot would have saved that girl's life, but you don't know.
You don't know.
You know, and I'm guessing that the county along with the landowner probably be named in the lawsuit down the road. It just seems like there's liability on both sides, and I don't get it, I guess. But, you know, I've had maintainers tell me they've cleaned ditches, and the next year they're farming back underneath the power poles. You know, I get it. If you can get another acre of land and nobody says anything about it.
I think we might have the bandwidth in the department now to make some progress on that. So if you're okay with it, I can.
Yeah, I mean, it just, this time of year really becomes prevalent, because
Yeah.
this year we got really tall corn,
Yeah,
you know, and it's amazing how blind some of those corners get.
Yeah.
You know, and this girl's father had been telling her not to take that road because he recognized it was blind and she didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I just hate for someone to lose their life because, you know, there's a crop out where it's not supposed to be blinding something.
Staff directive to
yeah, we can,
address that.
if that's okay
I
with
did see the
everybody.
same, I seen the same story. It's funny, ironic, when I was, right before that, I was coming up on the edge of a cornfield, and it, you know, just rained, sprinkled, the dust was down, and I slowed down for the intersection because I was like, well, normally you can see dust flying, you know somebody's coming, but you know, you gotta have some wherewithal
Yeah.
too.
Some of the corn's so tall that it blinds some of that.
That you can't see.
You know, I think it's something that we need to continually kind of stay on top of.
I know, I was coming down Kansas from 56 to Old 56, taking the back way home. Even that intersection, you've almost gotta get out in the intersection to see past the corn, looking back to the west. And that's within, it's not in the right of way, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
Yeah.
But
Lucky to have a good corn crop at least.
yeah,
$3.50 corn.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other comments?
I think Isaac said the blue-green algae got dropped this weekend. I think
We were under watch status, and then they'll test now this week. So it's,
this was as this morning. He said it was dropped.
those results come out on Fridays, and so they would test this week. So last Friday's result, it was a carryover watch, so we're in a watch, not a warning. So that means that we can, you know, people can be on the water. They say don't allow your animals to drink the water, and then they recommend that you wash, like clean up after you've been in the water, so.
And I got several texts of thank you for checking out some of the 4-H projects and judging there for a couple days at the fairs. It's kind of nice that people went out there with it. Thank you for being present. I know I got to, most of the judges, one was even from Colorado or something. As a commissioner, thanked them for their efforts to come and judge our livestock at the fair. It was very well received, and was surprised at how many entries we did have. Kind of has increased back from where it was about 10 years ago, our total numbers. That's good that we're seeing that somehow exists, even with no more kids than we got in our system anymore.
Tail off of that, the vendor booths, all but one of them that were available were filled up and occupied on Wednesday. So there is a new, maybe a new interest, renewed interest.
Maybe wanna take a 5-minute break or?
Recess for 5 minutes till 1 o'clock.
Video conference.
Back in the recess. It's at 1 o'clock. All right, I move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss potential litigation pursuant to KSA 75-4319B for item number 2, for consultation with our attorney in matters deemed privileged under attorney-client privilege with attorney Forrest Rhodes, the board, Tina, till 1:30
I would say probably 15 minutes, isn't it?
till 1:15. With open session to resume back in commission chambers following the closed session.
And just to be transparent, Forrest will be joining as a online, so.
Second.
Second by Kent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4-0.
So 1:15, you said?
Out of executive session, no decisions made. Yeah. Already did the commission comments. Anybody?
Made them ready.
Anything further? All right, motion to adjourn.
So move.
Yeah, took the motion from him.
Yeah.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.